This is a video tutorial demonstrating a solution for exercise 31 in chapter 5. This particular problem I elected to solve using a decision tree diagram, and in this case there were some salespeople who were going to meet with the board of directors and present their cases for a particular product or service. And the way they indicated the situation is that three of the board members are strong leaders, and if they buy into the idea, the whole board will agree. So one by one, the sales presentations are going to be made, and we need to figure out the probability of each of them being a success. So the probability of the first presentation we can look at here is the probability of the first presentation being a winner is 3/5. Because there are a total of 5 board members, and they need to find, the 3 favorable ones or the strong ones. If they find those 3, so that's a 3 out of 5, that's a success. The alternative then would be that it's a failure, and so that's the probability that the first presentation fails is the remaining 2/5. Okay, and so if we scroll down here a bit, we'll see that the probability of the first presentation winning is 3/5 or 60%. Okay. Now the second presentation, it has a couple of options, right? If the first one fails, then the second presentation could win, and the probability of the second presentation winning would be 3/4, because now the first presentation they presented to a board member, and if that didn't happen to be one of the strong ones, there's only 4 board members remaining, and so they still have three good ones out of 4. So probability of a win is 3/4. And so for the second presentation, the overall probability is going to be, we follow this decision tree diagram, right? We take the 2/5 times the 3/4, and that works out to 30%. All right, now if the second presentation doesn't win, there is, it has a 3/4% likelihood of winning, but if it doesn't, it would lose, right? And there's a 1 out of 4 possibility of it being a failing presentation. If that's the case, then the third presentation, third person presenting, has a 3 out of 3% or 3 out of 3 probability of winning, because there are only 3 remaining board members, and they're all the strong board members. So if we were to calculate that probability out for the third presenter, it's going to be the 2/5, right? Because that would happen if the first one fails, and then times 1/4, which is the possibility of the second one failing, times 3/3, which is the probability of the third one winning. So that works out to 10%. And if we add up those probabilities, we'll see that 60 plus 30 plus 10 is 100%. So there's a 100% likelihood that one of the first 3 is going to have a successful presentation. All right, so that's the conclusion of exercise 31 in chapter 5.